Arnaldo and I are on day 7 of our excursion from coast to coast in this Cessna 172 across the southern half of the United States. We began this journey in Cocoa Beach, Florida, and we've made it to Page, Arizona so far. In part 5, we laid eyes on some of the most beautiful scenery we've seen so far on this trip and topped off the day with a short hike to a truly enchanted place. Welcome to part 6. We've spent the night in Page, Arizona, and we plan to fly down to Marble Canyon, which is a tiny runway down inside the canyon. We're going to grab an early lunch at the lodge, then head back to Page and grab our luggage and fuel. Then we're going to fly down through the Grand Canyon corridors to get a great view of this vast crevice cut into the earth. Then we plan to fly down to and land in Sedona, Arizona, and call it a day there. This is our plan for the day, but so far on this trip, plans haven't really stayed the same for very long, and we're about to find yet another problem once we get to the airport. So, like we predicted, airplane's got frost all over it. To a lot of people it may seem like, oh, it's just a little layer of frost, like it really doesn't affect it that much. Well, it does, because we rely on smooth airflow over and under the control surfaces, and if there's frost on it, it's like sandpaper. It roughs up the air and it disturbs the airflow, and the airplane is not going to produce lift with the wings and the horizontal stabilizer nearly as effectively. Not to mention it's going to cause drag. The airplane's not going to be able to go as fast and thus won't create as much lift there as well. Frost is absolutely deadly to airplanes and pilots. We have to make sure the entire airplane is defrosted before we even think about flying. Luckily, it's 34 degrees Fahrenheit, it's 1 degree Celsius right now. The sun's coming up. I can see that it's starting to melt here and there on top of the wings. It's still a pretty firm layer of frost, but on the back windows it's kind of starting to melt, and the back here on the empennage and whatnot, it's starting to melt off. That better? Keep going. Always use a checklist. She is airworthy, right?
I think she is.
Totally.
Pre-flight.
Oh yeah, probably a good idea to do another pre-flight. And you may want to sump the tanks again, because the frost melts and now there's water. There was water on the wings, so it could have seeped into the seals. But anyways, we're frost-free, ice-free. When you get into sticky situations like this, you know how we got out of it? We're responsible pilots. Always use your checklist. This scrapes the ice off nicely. So we're all done. What we're gonna do right now, I'm gonna rig up some cameras. I'm gonna fly in the right seat, ride in the right seat, and I'm gonna do a lot of filming, and then, I don't know why, but he said I'm gonna do the landing.
You wanted to do it.
I'll do it. But gonna do a bunch of filming. This is going to be an epic flight. We're gonna land at Marble Canyon, and it should be pretty dang cool. What do you think about that whole de-icing situation?
That was not fun. But we learned. I've never done that before, so I think we figured out towards the end how to do it and how not to do it.
Yeah, it took a lot of trial and error, us just kind of doing stupid stuff and figuring out, okay, well that doesn't work. And finally, a damp rag melts it pretty easily with like room temperature water on it. And then
the checklist.
I was like, I wish we had an ice scraper or something, and I started thinking, I was like, well, I got credit cards, you got credit cards. That's gonna take forever. What do we have that's bigger and rigid and plastic? One of these. Checkmate Aviation. Use your checklist. God, just use your checklist. Get you out of all sorts of situations.
What would have been easier is de-ice the plane, but they don't have that here.
Or what would have been easier is put it in the hangar overnight. We should have asked.
All right, pre-takeoff checklist is complete. Okay, you ready? Let's go. Ready. Page traffic, Skyhawk 9337 Hotel, taxiing on to runway 33. Going to be right downwind departure to the southwest. Page. All right, final's clear. And final does look clear.
All right, I see a big 3-3. 3-3 on the compass. 3-3 on my gyro. Full power.
55, 60, and we are off by the FBO.
Alrighty. Good stuff, good stuff. Page traffic, Skyhawk 9337 Hotel, climbing through 5,700 feet, about a mile to the east of the field, going to depart the area to the southwest, climbing. Page traffic.
Turn the heat on a little bit, please.
Monticello area traffic, Amster 100, uniform Victor, currently 8 miles south of the airfield, inbound for touch goes.
I'm going to bring her up to 67. I want to have at least 1,000 foot clearance.
I hear you.
Call me picky.
Huh? I will call you picky. I'm picky too, that's okay.
Gonna turn left a little bit.
Well, yeah, okay. Oh, I thought that was a runway right there. It's a paved road right along the river.
Uh-huh.
But it was long and straight, and it looked like it had a turnaround at the end. I was like, holy crap, that's not Marble Canyon, is it? We can't do that.
All right, we're entering the boundary. I believe that's it.
I agree. Oh, dude, that is epic. Marble Canyon traffic. You got a Skyhawk about a mile to the east of the field. We're at 6,000 feet. We're gonna spiral down and enter a left downwind for the northbound runway, Marble Canyon. Out here. Marble Canyon, Skyhawk, turning a left downwind 03. Gonna be a full stop, hopefully, Marble Canyon.
Hopefully.
I mean,
there you go, you're at pattern
altitude. These are power back, gonna trim it out. AP is off, flight director's off. Alright. Yeah, just watch your knees.
Yep.
Boost pump, cow flaps, car, repeat, gas on the fullest tank, undercarriage down and bolted, mixture is set, prop, power set, trim, straps, flaps. You're strapped in?
I'm strapped in.
Gonna be a beam here in just a second, so I'm gonna ease the power out, holding the nose up, waiting for the wide arc. There's the wide arc, 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. There's 10 degrees flaps, and let the nose start coming down. Red, blue, green, the runway is clean. Just gonna shoot for a nice stabilized approach here. 75 knots is what I want. Marble Canyon, Skyhawk, left base, 03, Marble Canyon. About 74 knots, that's pretty good. Nice and stabilized, nice and stabilized. It's notifying us we're leaving altitude, we're on a left base. Our final looks clear, the runway looks clear. Marble Canyon, Skyhawk, turning final 03, Marble Canyon. Power's coming out. We're a little high. It's hard to tell because there's non-standard markings.
And it's a skinny runway too.
It is a skinny runway. Put it into a little bit of a slip here. Wind is calm, so that's good, about 66 knots. When I put it into a slip, I gotta be sure to get that nose down and keep that speed up. Coming in too fast, I'm gonna see if I can arrest this speed. Now we're gonna hold her off, hold her off. Hold her off, hold her off. There she is. We're holding the nose
rough
up.
Pavement, yeah.
Save my nose.
Yeah, treating it kind of like a soft field landing. Marble Canyon Skyhawk rolling out 03 Marble Canyon. That was a rough runway for being paved.
Absolutely epic. Down in this deep canyon, right? Was that not like the coolest approach? It's left traffic, and this plateau is kind of in the way, but when you're up at pattern altitude, you're like 300 feet above it. But look at the canyon up there, the canyon rim. Just absolutely amazing. So beautiful here. This is by far the coolest airport and the coolest approach that I've done. Probably that you've done too. It's awesome. So we're gonna try and catch the restaurant here and grab some food. Supposedly it's pretty good. It's the Marble Canyon Trading Post. I just can't get over how awesome it looks here. Super cool landing place.
Looks amazing. We'll see, let's try it.
God, this is just such an awesome strip. I'm like trying to take in what I'm looking at here. The fact that we're standing out here, but we're gonna take off out of here. We're gonna do a soft field technique on the takeoff, right? It's paved, but it's rough. Yeah, it's just like as soon as we touched down, we were like, whoa. that's got some like some gradations in the pavement.
Yeah, it's like some pretty good ripples on it.
It's not exactly smooth, so we can take off that way, away from the village here, and that'll give us enough clearance. There's no obstacles out there, and then we should be good. So. We're gonna saddle up the airplane, head back to Page, load up our bags, fuel up, take off, and we're gonna fly over pretty much the main attraction of this entire voyage. We're gonna fly over the largest parts of the largest canyon in North America.
Takeoff checklist flap set 0 to 10. We're doing soft field takeoff. Throttle back to 1,000 so the mixture is set for best power. The carb heat is off. Transponder is squawking altitude VFR. Strobes is required. We got them on. Time note. Brakes release and abort plan. Yeah, about 2/3 of the runway. Then we're gonna abort. All right, pre-takeoff checklist complete. You ready?
I'm ready.
Set for takeoff. I'm gonna haul all the way back on the yoke, and I'm gonna release the brakes. But I'm not going to build up too much speed around here. I'm just keeping the nose up. And as soon as we hit that center line, straighten her out, we're going to go full power. Starting to ease the power in. I'm holding that back pressure, keeping that nose off. There's full power. The nose is off. And I'm just holding it right below the horizon until she gets light and airborne. We're airborne. Get that nose down. Ground effect, ground effect. There's the hump in the runway.
Uh-huh.
Nose down,
60
nose
knots.
down. Line, ground effect, and we're going to let her come up. Beautiful. Look at that canyon. Marble Canyon Skyhawk just departed runway 21. Going to make left traffic to the northeast. Marble Canyon.
We're back up in Page, Arizona with full stomachs and full tanks of gas, and we're loading our luggage back into the airplane. The FBO was actually nice enough to house all of our heavy luggage behind the counter for us while we went down into Marble Canyon so we could keep the airplane as light as possible and have the best possible takeoff performance. Arnaldo will take his place in the left seat on this flight as pilot in command, and I'll be in the right seat as chief cameraman. And our next stop is Sedona, Arizona, via the Grand Canyon.
Man, this canyon is grand. Get it? That was a pun.
Trying really hard to laugh, but I'm having a tough time here.
It's a big canyon. Grand Canyon traffic, Skyhawk, 11,500, Tower of Ra, northbound Dragon Corridor, Grand Canyon.
Traffic at 1 o'clock, about 8 miles northbound, helicopter 10,000.
Looking 37 Hotel.
Or 600 Uniform Hotel, Flagstaff altimeter 3023.
Flagstaff altimeter 3023, 600 Uniform Hotel.
Yes, number 600 Uniform Hotel. You probably go behind them. We've got traffic at 12 o'clock, about 8 miles southeastbound, 172 at 9400 VFR.
Search for traffic, 0 Uniform Hotel.
Helicopter 0 Uniform Hotel, that traffic's at 1 o'clock, about 3 miles. No fact you're going to the, you're going behind them. Contact LA Center at 124.85.
Over to LA Center, 12485. We got that traffic, 600 Uniform Hotel.
Number 9337 Hotel, that traffic's after 3 o'clock and about 2 miles now going behind you. No factor. Contact Phoenix approach 133.57.
335737 Hotel, good day.
Number 420 Delta Bravo, contact LA Center.
Looking, Star 5160.
Phoenix approach Skyhawk 90337 Hotel, 9,500.
Skyhawk 90337 Hotel, Phoenix approach Prescott altimeter 3017.
3017, 37 Hotel.
Oh yeah, I've seen pictures of the terrain from above, and I started to recognize the features.
Right.
Code 5160, traffic no flashes.
Code 5160.
Window 33, depart Drake, heading 220, vectors for the Arnav Yankee, runway 3 right approach.
Alright, so we are going into runway 3.
On radio.
4830 is going to be when we start descending.
Mirror 9 Lima Victor, Phoenix approach, roger, the Prescott altimeter is 3017.
3017, we're on a sign heading at 360.
Mirror 9 Lima Victor, roger, please direct Drake and then direct your destination.
Okay, direct Drake. And direct.
Altitude bug set for 5,800.
5160, contact Albuquerque Center, 128.45.
12845, Scout 5160.
9337 Hotel has Sedona inside.
9337 Hotel, Roger, you can descend VFR your discretion at any time. Your reinforced coverage, squawk 1200 for changes approved.
Squawk and Talk VFR 37 Hotel, thanks for your help. Sedona traffic, Skyhawk 9337 Hotel, about 13 miles to the northwest of the field. Going to enter a left downwind for runway 03, full stop, Sedona.
Sedona traffic, helicopter 46 Golf Alpha is repositioning from the southwest helipad to the north hangars. Going to be overflying taxiway Alpha, parallel runway 03, Sedona.
Get you a good view with the GoPro.
Sedona traffic, got a Skyhawk 9337 Hotel, 7 miles to the northwest of the field. Going to enter the left downwind to runway 03, full stop, Sedona.
Sedona traffic, Super Cub 675, 3 miles south of the field. Going to cross over top of the field and enter downwind for runway 3, Sedona.
Sedona traffic, Cessna 9337 Hotel, about 4 miles to the northwest of the field. Going to enter the left downwind, runway 03, full stop, Sedona. Super Cub, what's your position?
Super Cub is half mile south of the field. I'll extend out to the north and follow you in.
Roger, appreciate that, 37 Hotel.
Okay, let's get ready for this. Just a usual landing, right?
Just the usual landing.
Enriching the mixture. 5,000 feet, that should be good. Leveling off, 5,800, we're pattern altitude.
Sedona traffic, Skyhawk 9337 Hotel, about 2 miles to the northwest of the field, entering the left downwind for runway 03, full stop, Sedona. Pre-landing checklist, brakes pedal test,
Brakes,
landing light on,
it is on.
AP off,
AP is off.
seatbelt, shoulder harnesses,
Seatbelts are on.
mixture set for best power,
It is set.
car beat on,
Will in a second.
and fuel selector on both.
Fuel selector valve is on both. Sedona traffic, Skyhawk is left base for 03, Sedona.
We can expect some chop there on the short final.
And Sedona traffic, Skyhawk is turning final, runway 03, full stop, Sedona. Coming in 5 knots fast, because I don't know what to gonna see here over the ridge. Hey, that's actually pretty smooth.
Sedona traffic, Super Cub 567 is in the pattern. On
Runway's made, power to idle.
Sedona.
Trim her up.
Welcome to Sedona.
And Sedona traffic, Skyhawk is clear of runway 03 and Alpha 6, Sedona. Do you want to go up and do your landing right now? Okay.
At some
You
point,
want to do it?
I want to be able to say I went into Sedona. My flight controls.
Your flight controls.
Sedona traffic, Skyhawk 9337 Hotel, taxiing down Alpha back to runway 03, Sedona. Pre-takeoff flaps are set 0 to 10. If we're not off by Alpha 4, we're going to abort.
Sounds good.
Sedona traffic, Skyhawk 9337 Hotel, taxiing on runway 3 on Alpha 8, going to back taxi and then depart left closed traffic, Sedona. I appreciate you letting me do this.
Oh,
I just want to be able to say I landed at Sedona.
Come on, Josh. You have to do it.
It mildly resembles Telluride, except without the giant mountain there. I see her 333. We're on the correct runway. Sedona traffic, Skyhawk rolling runway 3, going to be left closed traffic, Sedona. Easing her up to full power. Capture the center line, right rudder. Airspeed is slowly coming up. There's 50. 55, little encouragement, getting light.
And there's
60
Alpha
knots.
5.
There's Alpha 5, tap the brakes. There's our abort point, we're airborne.
And it drops.
Wow. Pretty freaking crazy. I don't like that I lose sight of that hill right there.
You're good. And this view.
I know, this is absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Alright, red, blue, green, the runway is clean, it's ours. Got lights on, I'm going to start to ease the power back. Power feed's coming out. Sedona Traffic Scout 9337 Hotel, turning left base, runway 3, full stop, Sedona. I was watching the temp there.
I've seen pictures, I've seen videos, they don't do it justice.
No, they don't. Sedona Traffic Skyhawk 9337 Hotel, turning final, runway 3, full stop, Sedona. Sedona Skyhawk, short final, 3, full stop, Sedona. Two 1000, 3 1000. There's 30 degrees flaps. Power is coming out, and I'm pointing the nose at the numbers. Power to idle. Ground out.
Nice greaser.
Thank you.
Very nicely done.
I am still probably into the evening going to be picking up my jaw off the floor after that flight. We took off out of Page, we load up, fueled up, took off out of Page, and weaved up and down the Grand Canyon, which was just like, I eventually had to just put the camera down and take it in with my own eyes because I was taking so many pictures and taking so much footage. And then coming into Sedona.
That was amazing.
This was amazing, coming into this airport. Very picturesque, very like iconic airport, sitting up on top of a piece of terrain surrounded by higher terrain, like, and the town is like way down there. It's off the cliff, you know. It's just absolutely incredible. So we finally made it to Sedona. Dinner, beer,
hotel,
and process what just happened. Knocking these bucket list items off the list. So cool. So my jaw's on the floor. I'll pick it up later. Kind of cool, the guy that gave us the rental car is a fan of the videos. He said he was just watching one of my videos earlier today, and then in we walk asking for a rental car, so that was pretty funny. We got the rental car, we're gonna unload the car, plane, that's the airplane, that's the car. I'm hungry. We're gonna unload the plane, put the stuff in the car, and go find a local brewery or maybe a pizza place or something, and we're gonna call it a day. It seems like each day of this trip just keeps getting better and better. We packed up the car and decided to stay at the Sky Ranch Lodge next door to the airport. Then we headed down the hill, as the locals say, and we found a great place in town to get some dinner. These days are starting to blur together and speed by to the point where my brain can't even keep up with everything my eyes are beholding each day. Filmmaking along with flying, of course, are among my biggest passions, and editing each part of this series allows me to relive each day of this epic adventure. Not to mention, being able to share it with the world is a true privilege. We both knocked 2 common items off our bucket list on this day. We have now officially flown over the largest canyon in North America and landed at the famously beautiful Sedona, Arizona airport. What a day. In part 7 of this Coast to Coast series, we're going to try and make it to our westmost destination of this entire trek. But of course, why would that come to us without some sort of difficulty? Be sure to check out the previous parts of this series if you haven't already, and subscribe and turn on notifications to be notified when future videos are released. If you'd like to support the channel, you can certainly do so by checking out the e-store at aviation101.com/store, where I sell hats, shirts, hoodies, and a custom flight notes pad I use while flying. Thanks for watching this part of our Coast to Coast adventure, and until next time, I want you to stay happy, stay healthy, stay current, and of course stay proficient. We'll see you in part 7.